What's up, fight fans? Elias here with the Split Decision, back again with another banger. And today, we're at Train Fight Win in beautiful Tallahassee, Florida, here with the one and only Mr. Romello Union. Romello, how you doing, my man?
What up, bro? Appreciate your time, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Hey, first video of 2025, man. So, I
Let's
mean,
do
let's
it.
make it, man. First in-person one, too, bro. How you feeling, man? How's the holidays?
It's good, man. The holidays is good, man. I feel good. Just got done training. You witnessed most of it, man. I feel great though. I feel ready.
Yeah, man. And you know what was interesting about, watching you train, man, it's just I can hear, like, as I'm like you just walking the treadmill, man, I heard you like, man, I got this shift. I don't give a fuck. I was like, man, this man is pumping himself up. It was crazy, but it's awesome because it's like you're motivating yourself to hype yourself, man. Do you
Yeah,
usually
man.
do that?
Yeah, man. So I recently just started to be like more open with it. I used to just be in my head, like just motivating myself. But I learned that like if I yell, not only does it motivate me, but it motivates the others around me. So now like when I'm like at that point where it's like, damn, this shit is getting hard, I'll start yelling at myself and start talking to myself to like motivate myself. I got it from Muhammad Ali, from like the other greats like Mike Tyson. I do one that Floyd Mayweather does where it's like hard work, dedication, hard work, dedication. Or I'll do the one that Haggerty used to use where he used to be just like war and he
Dude,
just be yelling war.
dude,
That's my favorite one.
dude, those are like the best people to like to emulate, bro. Because I mean, those are the greats, bro. Especially
Yeah.
and me, I'm a boxing guy at heart. So like hearing that you just emulate Marvin Hagler and stuff, bro. He's like one of
Yeah.
my favorite fighters of all
I
time. So,
love that dude, yo.
dude, I know, man. But listen, man, you're getting ready for your second pro fight at
Yeah.
Combat Night in Tallahassee. I believe is in February. I don't know the date.
February 8th.
February 8th, man. How's training camp going, and bro, how you feeling about your next opponent?
Man, I'm so ready, man. Honestly, I got my opponent's name on Christmas Day. I had just got off work and I checked the group chat and it was like, this is Melo's opponent. So I felt like it was like an early Christmas gift, like I really didn't celebrate the holidays this year. So like when I got that name on Christmas, that was like my Christmas gift to myself. And like I confirmed it then and there. I confirmed it way before that I was gonna beat anybody that I fought. But right then and there was like another like okay, like it was like a sign from God. Like I like to take the signs a lot. I like to look at the signs along the journey. And those are one of those signs on the journey.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And you know what's crazy is just like what a Christmas gift to get, man.
I
Especially
know.
especially when you're like training for the holidays and you're like kind of focused. Like that's like the best thing you can get, man.
Yeah.
Dude, so we're getting to the end of 2024, right?
hmm
You fought I believe four times, three amateur, one pro, man. When you reflect on this year, what do you think about it?
When I reflect on this last year, I just remember the first day I walked in to TFW and I came here with a single purpose, a single mind, single focus. All I wanted to do was fight. Like I came here and I told Sensei Sky, I was like, "Yo, I want to fight." Like I walked in the door, I was like, "Yo, I want to fight." And I came here with a mindset and a purpose to fight, and it feels good, man. To like see me carry it through. Like I was in a real dark place when I first started my fight career, and I slowly like was fighting my way out of that dark place while still training and still fighting. And it's a miracle, honestly, with God's grace and just the mentality of a fighter and just applying that to life in general. I was able to fight myself out of a lot of dark places, a lot of places that most people would have gave up. So looking back, I'm just so proud of myself, bro. Like I went undefeated my amateur career. I literally went on a eight fight win streak. I lost one fight, and then I came back and I won my last three. I'm 1-0 as a pro, about to be 2-0. So I just feel really good, man. I did a lot of big things in 1 year, and it's only up from here.
Yeah, man. And you talk about that last loss as an Emmy, man. What was the biggest lesson you learned from that loss that you kind of translated from the rest of your career?
Man, it don't matter how good you are, bro. If you get tired, you can't do shit, bro. Bro, I thought I was John Jones already. I was missing fight camps. I wasn't really training. That camp, like people say, oh, no excuses, no excuses. Nah, it's not an excuse, bro. Like literally, like me and my sensei were talking about this on the way up there. Like Mello, like your biggest issue with this fight is going to be your cardio. Like you haven't been here, and we knew going into this fight, like I haven't. We knew going into that fight, I haven't trained. So my biggest lesson from that was just, you know, don't get too big headed. Yeah, you went 8-0. You know, yeah, you were beating people left and right, and I was doing these outlandish things my first year as a fighter. But you got to stay hungry. And that was what I realized that fight. Like I took my foot off the pedal. And not only that, but I gave my opponent like a reason to want to fight. Like I was trolling the shit out this kid. You know, because I like to entertain people, man. Like I look at the fight game like a business, you know, and it's like you got to get people's attention, you know? Like people's attention span is so short nowadays. So I was trolling the shit out of him. His name was Cheesecake. Like how can you not troll somebody named Cheesecake? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you're a fighter, your name is Cheesecake. Like, come on, bro. Like I got to troll you. Like
Yeah.
so yeah, I just that was my lesson though. My lesson was if you're going to troll someone, make sure you're working hard and never take your foot off the gas pedal. I don't care how good you are, where you're at in your fight career, in your life, or whatever it is. Like, never stop being hungry, bro. Like, always be hungry. Always go after what you want.
Yeah, man. And you talk about trolling, man. You're pretty synonymous for your weigh-ins, man. Your weigh-in antics, man. I know the last one you had the Jason mask with the. Wait, was that a real machete, by the way?
Hell yeah. It
Oh
was, it
my
was hey,
gosh,
for the
bro.
record though, it was from Walmart, bro. It was like $5. It was from Walmart.
No, but what was the funniest thing? What the funniest thing is like you're trying to be serious, and then
Yeah.
the Combat Night promoter, he's like, yeah, don't get too close. He's like, I'm gonna be very careful. I'm gonna be very very careful. I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if I could take this guy seriously, but it was so funny, man.
Yeah.
What goes into you kind of talked about it being a business, but what goes into like kind of your weigh-in antics or what you're gonna wear for the weigh-ins? Because it's not like you go with a consistent theme. It's like you kind of do different things
Yeah.
like very so often each fight.
So when I first started fighting, my first idea for the face-offs was I was just wearing war paint, like because my ancestors, I'm Native American background, and I'm Ethiopian as well, and I'm Caucasian as well. Like I have some family from over in Europe, and I'm very mixed. But on my Native American side, my Native American, to be exact, the Blackfeet tribe, the Native American Blackfeet tribe, they were all warriors, and before they went to war, they would paint their face. So going into my first fight, like that was just my idea. Like I'm going to war, let me just paint my face. And then like as I got more involved into the fight world, it was like it became a part of me, and I started embodying these characters. So now it's like I'm at a point where it's like I have different characters that I bring to the face offs, and Jason was just one of those characters that I embody. So I have I can give you two characters right now. I have the Native American Chief Warrior, and I have Jason. Those are the two characters I have right now. I'll give you one more because I've done it before, and then I have a samurai. It's like I had the Oni mask with the samurai sword. I don't know if you guys saw that before, but it's on Combat Night as well. Combat Night as well. But yeah, that's just what I'm doing right now. I'm just embodying characters for my face off, and eventually I might do something where it's like I'll let the fans decide what I wear to the face offs. Like they'll pick a character or something.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're talking about Combat Night. It's probably arguably the biggest promotion in Florida, man.
Hell yeah.
So what's it like? Kind of, and you fought your most of your amateur and your pro debut in Combat Night. What's it like fighting for Combat Night, a promotion that's consistently growing?
It's awesome, and like it's truly a blessing. Like just for me to be even in this space, like I found like a very great place to start my MMA career. Like I've been offered MMA like when I was younger, when I was in high school and I was wrestling. Like back when I was 18 in New Jersey, my wrestling coaches, they were doing MMA, and they always used to try to get me into it. And I used to be like, nah, that shit's crazy, bro. Like I'm good with this wrestling shit right now, bro. I'm gonna just get my girls, I'm gonna just wrestle and I'm gonna just do that. But now it's like it's a part of me, and it's like I can't see myself doing anything else besides fighting. Like I don't even want to work any day. I force myself to go to work nowadays because I realize working is part of my training too. So that's how I look at it nowadays. It's all part of my training. But man, it feels great fighting for Combat Night. Combat Night is like you said, it's one of the biggest promotions in Florida, probably on the East Coast. And they're always growing. They always put on a fantastic show. Like it looks so professional. I like how it looks. they're great to work with. You know, it's great competition, and it's just all around. Like you get great everything, like exposure. Like they them got me so many exposure on the reels. Like it's crazy. Like it really is a blessing, man. And I'm just honored to be in this situation. I'm just honored to be in this presence of greatness happening.
Yeah, man. And you mentioned it, man. We're at Train Fight when you represent that team. How important is it to represent your team when you step into the cage?
Man, it's like an honor, man. TFW definitely they took me in. They welcomed me as family. They showed me a lot. They helped me grow as a person, and I'm just honored to be here. I'm so humbled to be here, and it means a lot to me to be able to represent them and to fight for them and fight for their name and just their name alone. I love their name, Train Fight Win. Like who wouldn't want to be at a place called Train Fight Win like as a fighter?
Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure, man. But it's crazy. You kind of you touched on it a little bit, man. You work a couple jobs. You
Yeah.
as well as training, man. And with as a regional MMA fighter, the fruits of your labor
hmm
are not really rewarded until you reach the big show, man. So what keeps you persevering through those obstacles? To kind of to strive through those goals.
Honestly, it sounds crazy, but I like watching documentaries of fighters when they come up. I like comparing like our timelines. Like I watch John Jones documentary a lot of like his come ups, his shortcomings, and just him as a person. They talk about his life, like Israel Adesanya, like Anderson Silva, even people like Sean O'Malley, like all the greats. I've been watching Taporia recently, but just in general, like watching these stories of like men going through struggle. We call it, well, I don't call it. George Patterson calls it the hero's journey. And I always remind myself that I'm just on this hero's journey of, going from, a low level hero to becoming like the greatest hero in the world. So I just keep reminding myself, man, like this is just a process that I have to go through. And my faith in a higher power, it keeps me humbled and it keeps me like in a state of mind to where I know like where I'm at it isn't forever. Like it's just temporarily. And if I keep the faith in God and keep the work going, they say work without faith is dead. So I just keep my work and my faith and just keep my head high and keep moving.
Yeah, for sure, man. And what's crazy is, if people follow you on social media, they see,
hmm
what you post, and it's very spiritual, very, very kind of like an open ended on life, man. What's interesting about your post is there's like a green Pantone palette that you kind of post consistently,
Yeah.
man. What's the meaning behind that?
So it's a blank space, but more than a blank space is I like how it looks on my profile. Like if you go to my profile at the one and only underscore MMA, if you go to my profile on Instagram, excuse me, if you go to my profile on my Instagram, you'll see like some people say it's hard to look at my page because the green distracts away from the actual content reel. But I think it helps me focus on the content reel more because it spaces everything out. So it's like it's not all compiled in one space. So to me, it looks more like professional art, like a wall of art. It's like if you go in someone's house, like and they have pictures up. All their pictures aren't just in one spot on their wall. Like they're spaced out. It's basically like geometry almost. Like it's supposed to make sense, and it just makes sense to me. And also, I can do things like where I can put like captions. I could do a lot more with those blank spaces. Like if you slide through the blank spaces, I can add a whole bunch of stuff in between. So it's just the details. I like the details. I'm very big on details. I like art, and I make clothes, so it's like a lot of stuff I do is just for the art. It's just for the entertainment. It's for the fun, and those are one of those things where I post, and it's just for the entertainment. It's for the art.
Hey, man, I'm a big fashion guy myself. So, I
Yeah,
mean, once you get bigger, that clothing line,
yeah,
I'm telling you right now, think of the bigger picture, bro.
hell yeah,
But you fight at featherweight currently, correct?
yeah. 145.
Exactly. So in the big show, the UFC, man,
Hmm.
featherweight's arguably the most talented division. I mean, you have Ilya Taporia
Yeah.
at the top, man. But you're seeing kind of a new wave of challengers, come up, and you're kind of seeing the old guard like Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski kind of getting out of the title picture, man.
Yeah.
What kind of excites you, as you rise up the ranks with this division?
Honestly, what I like to see is more people be creative like how I fight. Like I I love that El Chapour is undefeated. I love that he just knocked out Max Holloway. I love that he's the champ right now because when I look at Tapourier, I'm like, he's a good fighter, but I see a guy who relies too much on boxing. Like he doesn't kick enough. So he's always trying to be in boxing range, which is it could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. But at the end of the day, I like people who mix it up more. And Taporia is just one track minded for me. I feel like he just wants to punch all the time. He doesn't really grapple. He doesn't and I heard he's a black belt too, which is surprising to me. Like he's a black belt and I barely see him take down anybody. So it's like it's interesting. You know how people they say styles make fight, and I think my style is going to evolve the game. Like I don't fight the same person different. Like yeah, I pressure everyone when I fight them, but some people I'll stand up longer with. Some people I'll just just wrestle around and just throw them around like they're my little brother, and some people I'll just do whatever the fuck I want to them. But I like the way the fight game is going, especially like when the UFC signed Venom Page. He wears like he does like the things I kind of do with like the mask and shit. And then Alex Pereira, he wears a mask. Well, he wears the face painting to his face offs. So I like where the UFC is going. Like I feel like they can be a little more entertaining. Like they can allow the fighters to do a little bit more. I wanna have a little bit more freedom with like my walkouts. Like I don't wanna walk out in those whack ass fucking UFC fucking gears. Like, bro, no, like let me get my own custom shit to walk out in. So it's like I think I bring a lot of flavor and a lot of funk to the fight game. And that's just what I'm trying to keep up with. I'm just trying to keep up with my originality, you know.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You talk about kind of your fighting style. It's very interesting. You say you do pressure them a lot, but I
Hmm.
also see like once you guys are wrestling, man. Once they get back on the feet, you're constantly coming at them with strikes, and it's not just any strikes. I've seen you like throw like an axe kick at one point. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
is this a wrestler or is he a taekwondo fighter or something like
Yeah.
that, man? So I definitely see what you're talking about, man. But Romello, my last question is, man. We're getting into the new year, man. Where do you
Mhm.
see yourself at the end of 2025?
Ooh. If you ask me, I'll be signing to the UFC. But a lot of people say it's too early. But shit, if we can get 4 or 5 fights in and go 5-0, you never know, man. Anything can happen in a year. But yeah, man, shit. If a year from now, if everything goes the way I see it, I'll be in the UFC, man. I wouldn't have to be working no more, and I'll be full time fighting, full time training. Put TFW on the map, put myself on the map, put my family on the map. Put the whole floor on the map. And just keep doing what we've been doing, man. Just 10 toes down, grinding, and just proving to everybody that we can be the best.
Listen, man. You went amateur only like a little more than a year ago. You're now pro, man. I can see that coming, man. Romello Union. Where can fight fans find you on social media?
On Instagram, you can follow me at th1, the number one, and only underscore MMA. That's the one and only underscore MMA.
The one and only Romello Union out here at Train Fight Win. Thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to me,
Thank
man.
you,
Happy
bro.
New Year, man.
You
And
too,
listen,
man.
fight fans, we are out.